Which monster is green-eyed? In which Shakespeare play does it appear? What's the difference between jealousy and envy? What does doth mean? What on earth is mock meat? Which colors are associated with which emotions? All this and much more up ahead. Thanks for subscribing to The English Nut. You have subscribed, right? Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on. The character Iago said this to William Shakespeare's tragic hero Othello. The intention of Iago, supposedly Othello's trusted companion, was to sow doubt in Othello's mind about the faithfulness of his wife Desdemona. The word doth is an archaic form of the word does. Othello was a Moorish general of Venice. When he passed over Iago to appoint Cassio as his chief lieutenant, Iago plotted to destroy Othello by falsely implicating Desdemona and Cassio in a love affair. Shakespeare likened jealousy to a green-eyed monster in the lines I quoted. Perhaps he was thinking of cats, which often have green eyes and are known to toy with their prey before killing them, when he said the monster mocks the meat it feeds on. Shakespeare certainly was not thinking of mock meat, this recent phenomenon that seems to have caught the world's fancy. I know this is a digression, but it's worth spending a bit of time on. Mock meats, also called meat analogues, are meat substitutes made with vegetarian ingredients. They are supposed to approximate the taste and texture of actual meat dishes, but frankly, the ones I've tried make a mockery of meat. I wonder what Shakespeare would have made of it. He did write, "Anger's my meat, I sup upon myself, and so shall starve with feeding." In his play Coriolanus, a mother who is angry because her son has been banished from Rome says these words. Perhaps her reaction approximates the reaction Shakespeare might have had if someone offered him mock meat. But those were different times. I suppose that today mock meat is an acceptable substitute for people who miss the taste of meat when they stop eating it for ethical, environmental, or health reasons. The person who experiences jealousy can end up being consumed or destroyed by it. The person is meat for the monster. Jealousy, the one flaw in the otherwise perfect Othello, ends up consuming him. But why is the monster green-eyed? Scholars suggest that green represents immaturity, like the green growth of a young plant. It is also the color of a sickly complexion. Some people turn pale green with nausea, and sometimes with jealousy. But that still doesn't explain the green eyes. Cats are the only plausible explanation. In Shakespeare's England, colors were often associated with emotions. Green, for example, was associated with envy and jealousy. And even today it is. Some of the other contemporary color associations are red with anger, yellow with cowardice, purple with bravery, hence the Purple Heart, the American military honor, and blue with sadness. Coming back to green, we say he is green with envy. Though oddly enough, we never say he is green with jealousy. What is the difference between the two green emotions, envy and jealousy? I have often heard them being used interchangeably, but there are those who insist that they have distinct meanings. Here's one way of differentiating between the two words. You can feel envy about something you want but do not have. You feel jealousy over something that you have but fear you may lose. You may envy someone her wealth, high marks, high-profile job, or good looks. You may experience jealousy if you suspect that you are losing your girlfriend to another man. You could be jealous of all her male friends if you're very insecure. You can also be described as jealous when you're careful about guarding or keeping something you have, not necessarily your girl or boyfriend. You could be jealous about your good reputation, for example. After all, you've worked hard to build it. You would not want to lose it. We all need to jealously guard the rights we have as citizens of a democracy. Otherwise, we may one day wake up to find that we do not live in a democracy anymore. Let's come back to Shakespeare. Othello, which he wrote in 1604, was not the first play in which he uses the green-eyed idiom. In The Merchant of Venice, which he wrote in 1596, the character Portia speaks thus: "How all the other passions fleet to air, as doubtful thoughts, and rash embrace despair, and shuddering fear, and green-eyed jealousy." Some of us read The Merchant of Venice in school. In this play, the merchant Antonio takes a loan from Shylock to help his friend Bassanio court Portia. When Antonio can't repay Shylock, the latter demands a pound of his flesh as per the terms of the loan. Portia, now the wife of Antonio's friend Bassanio, disguises herself as a lawyer, a male lawyer, and saves Antonio. The lines I quoted are spoken by Portia in the scene where Bassanio has to choose one of three caskets, a gold, silver, or lead one. As per Portia's father's will, he can marry her only if he picks the one which contains Portia's portrait. He picks the lead casket, which is the right one, and wins the lottery. Both he and Portia are overjoyed. In the lines I quoted, Portia describes how the intense love she feels for Bassanio overpowers negative emotions like jealousy and fear. In The Merchant of Venice, Shakespeare described jealousy merely as being green-eyed. He had not yet made it a monster. By the time he wrote Othello, he had turned jealousy into the far more dramatic green-eyed monster, which continues to enrich our language 4 centuries later. It is ironic that Iago describes jealousy thus and warns Othello about it, because it is Iago's lie about Othello's wife having an affair that is the cause of Othello's jealousy. But I do like the words Shakespeare puts in Iago's mouth. A few lines after the green-eyed reference, Iago describes a jealous person as one who dotes yet doubts, suspects yet strongly loves. A wonderful description, isn't it, of a person who is in thrall to the green-eyed monster. You can use the idiom in a sentence like this. When Ashok saw his girlfriend talking to her ex-boyfriend, he let the green-eyed monster get the better of him. Or, Sushma believes that the green-eyed monster is a friend, putting us on our guard when we are in danger of losing something precious. What are your views on the green-eyed monster? Do you agree with Sushma? Do let me know in the comments section. And please subscribe to The English Nut on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On YouTube, click on the bell icon too so that you get to know as soon as my next video is published. I'm The English Nut. Bye for now.